Um, so excited that you guys are here today. And we're broadcasting live from New Zealand, and the weather's changing. And it's so funny because the house is really cold downstairs, and that's where that's my office. And so I was all bundled up, but I'm actually think I'm going to take this off. It's really nice. I'll give you guys a view how it looks. It's also, the kids in New Zealand are having a 2-week break. So they're on vacation. So it might be a little, well, no, it's not like Venice Beach busy, but down on the sidewalk, there's a little traffic. So you might hear some background noise, but that's part of the charm, right? So really, really nice, starting to warm up here. It's going into late spring here, so summer will be coming soon. It's been cold. But anyway, welcome. This particular broadcast or Google Hangout, we're going to be talking about virtual assistants and how to use it. It's not just for the entrepreneur. Actually, smart people use virtual assistants, even if they have a steady day job, even a corporate job. And I have to say, when I was just thinking about it, setting everything up, and I was trying to reflect on when was the first time I saw somebody use a virtual assistant or outside help in a corporate setting. And I remember my wonderful mentor, her name is Sarah Balagigniak. She's based in Beverly Hills, and she was helping develop a website for a luxury skincare line. And I worked with that company, and I was the front lines girl, and she would ask me lots of questions about the company as somebody receiving phone calls and asking about the products. And she was extremely smart, and she knew exactly what she was doing. One of the things that I marveled at, because I literally could just sit at her office all day and see how she worked, because she was brilliant, and she was one of those people that work extremely fast. So her mind was always ticking, and she was just always creating stuff on as she was talking. It's like phenomenal, right? So she was really amazing and very stylish lady as well. So it was fun to be around her. But one of the first things I noticed about her is that she was so extremely well organized. It was because she knew to get virtual assistants, and she would use it as her virtual assistants as her copywriter. She'd work closely with our web designer, who was virtual most of the time. So everything, I think that's my first taste really of what was just virtual, which is pretty cool. And she used it in a way where her performance would have been great without virtual assistants. I mean, a lot of us out there in the corporate realm or the corporate world, like, we do well without it. She was amplified times like 10 because she did this. And it occurred to me, it didn't occur to me at the time that maybe I should also be doing that, because I think it would have excelled my career at an exponential rate. Had I done that, any company I started with, if I had used a virtual team, or like even just one virtual assistant in my side pocket, how further on I would have gone in that setting, that corporate world. And you can use virtual assistants for anything and everything. And we're going to actually go into detail with that. So let's get started with exactly who is this for? Who is a virtual team or a virtual assistant? How do you need a virtual assistant? Man, am I jumbled today, but you guys get what I'm talking about. Getting a virtual assistant is going to bring it to a different total level. So this is a six-figure secret Google Hangout series, and today we're going to be talking about virtual assistants, which is awesome. So Find, Train, Grow is a really well thought out program that I developed. Pat on the back. But it's one of those things where it helps you find the right type of virtual assistant. It helps you train that assistant, and then from there, once you do those two, you can actually grow your team. And the great thing about that, if you haven't heard me say this before, is that I developed a system where they actually help grow each other. So that's pretty brilliant. They actually, sorry, truck. There we go. They actually train each other. And I talk about a story when I was in here in New Zealand as a visitor last October, and I had a client and I needed to train one other person on. And when I got back from vacation, which was about 2 weeks or so, when I got back, she was, trained completely, and she was already working for my new client, which was awesome. So, I show you exactly how to find, train, and grow your virtual team. And it really is, I put the sexy story of an entrepreneur finding freedom. It's actually the sexy story of anybody finding freedom once you get this all sorted out. Now, no, it's not just for the entrepreneur. It's all about the upgrade. So whatever upgrade you want to experience in your corporate life, in your career, even in studies, you can probably do something really cool with that. Like if you were a college student and you just wanted somebody to lay out framework for a website, and you just, you're the creative part of it, but you get it done. These are things that you can totally do with virtual assistants, and it's not that expensive. And I wanted to bring that college student, or even the not the freelancer, but the intern, into this conversation, because surely they can afford $3 an hour for one of these brilliant people that can help you do this. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in this program. So I call people in the land of corporate America, or corporate anywhere, the cubicle cuties. So I call them a cubicle cuties because I've been one for quite a while in my past life, and it was fun. I love going to work. I loved one of my last offices was actually perched on Melrose Avenue, and Melrose Place. And so you could see all of these high-end people and clients come in, and even a celebrity or two, and it was on a beautiful balcony. And I loved being in an office where I could resonate with people that were like-minded. So I do like that corporate world to an extent. But yeah, so, if you're there, you can absolutely make this work for you and elevate your impact at work. And that's what it's all about. You can take on more projects and make it look effortless. And what boss does not like that? It's great for social media marketing too. So if you're a director, a marketing director, or even an intern, you can create that wow factor in a really big punch by gaining a virtual team. This could be your hidden secret that nobody knows about, and you can actually be more of the creative force than doing that sort of grudge work. So hold on one second, guys. I'm just going to close the window here. In efforts to making it a little bit more quiet. Ooh, I really took everything off. I just took off my jacket too. Wow, okay, it got really hot in here. Okay, so let's see. Great for social media marketing, big projects. Okay, this is for those managers that really try to do everything, try to do it all. And once you get out of your head of trying to control everything, if you can actually outsource some of the big projects and get a project manager that's seriously internal, like you're working with them one-on-one and you're getting all of that stuff done, and you can be more of the creative force, and also check to see how your impact is going to improve your workflow, this is something that you should really look into, or even be on this Google Hangout with me, so you can understand what the working bits are, or what all of the working moving parts are. Go over that a little bit. And also the website upgrade. We always need website upgrades. I don't care where you work, or even if you're an entrepreneur, your website's probably due for a refresher. I would say mine is at least twice a year. I have to kind of pump it up a little bit. So in fact, I'm going through one right now, and it's so great that I have a virtual team that I can just frame out what I need and they get it done for me. And my team is affordable. The cool thing about getting a virtual assistant, sometimes I can, when things are humming and things are doing really well, and I'm just doing just regular maintenance, I would say $20 to $30 a week for my whole company is my payout for virtual assistants. It can range from, if I'm really humming along, it could be anywhere from $65 to $100 a week, which is not bad at all considering how much I get done. Whatever you can task out is something that you can use a virtual assistant for. And my biggest thing about this too, which is really interesting, my biggest takeaway from that, whatever you can task out, you know, I used to be a control freak, and I wanted to see everything first before it was sent out. So, you know, content on blogs, definitely my social media, because I'm very astute to all of that, and I wanted to have a particular flow. I used to do all of that myself, and then this one, I don't know what day, but it was like, it dawned on me probably over a year ago. Yeah. Do you know any CEO out there that's actually doing and uploading their tweets on Hootsuite? Do you know anybody? I don't know. I could just see, like, you know, on a broader scale, like Oprah, like Sir Richard Branson, like they're on the weekend, they're like me at a cafe, like uploading their tweets for the week. It's that no one does that, right? So think of all of the way that you need to move into that position of a successful business owner, of an entrepreneur, of whatever role that you want to be in or that you see yourself being in. Think of how that is going to look like and move away from those tasks that somebody else would gladly do. And actually, it helps. You know, the other flip side of having a virtual assistant, which is so cool, is that you're able to have a wonderful impact on somebody's life by creating a job for them virtually somewhere else in, you know, a third world country or somewhere else like that. So think of all of the great benefits. They're going to help you look good, and they're going to be extremely happy with the pay that you give them. So let's just continue on with this. And so my next little screen that I'm going to be sharing with you guys as soon as I find it, here we go, is I did a webinar a little while back about PR industry secrets, and that was extremely popular. And I get a lot of emails still and tweets about, you know, these tips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reframe this a little bit on how you can task this out to a virtual assistant. Okay, so we're going to talk about promoting you. Let's see, October is one of the most notorious slow months out there, especially for retail. When I was a retail mall rat, I used to work for an upscale department store, and this upscale department store would lay people off in April and October because they were 3 consecutive months of not making commission. So April and October were the ones where hit or miss. You either had a job going forward or you were just axed. So October is a scary month in retail in general because nobody buys. And they did a lot of creative things to kind of, you know, change the game. But one of the things that you can do in your business, or even in a really, what I think is an amazing brand opportunity, is now my thought around April and October. Those are the quintessential 2 best months and to really focus on branding. So when things are slow, like this past summer, no one's interested in the info product. No one's really interested in buying a lot of stuff, other if it's, you know, travel related. Whoa, sorry, that was my knee. Everything's okay. Latte safe. Hold on one sec. Okay. Alrighty. So where was I? So we're talking a little bit about what kind of impact that you can have using the slow time, the slow months, to focus on branding opportunities. So let me show you my slides here. There we go. All right. So this is the slide presentation I did for the PR industry secrets, and this was pretty cool, and it had the top 5 industry secrets. But here is basically a little bit more about me. You know, this pictures of New Zealand. There's me in the right-hand corner. The guy on the lower left is why I left the States for. That's my husband, and that's my beautiful mother-in-law there. And that's actually behind me. That's where the picture was taken, which is awesome, on the deck. But yeah, we decided to. I always try to do things probably the most unfathomable way. And I thought that in this next chapter of my life, I'd like to move outside of the US. So that's why I'm in New Zealand. It's beautiful and I'm very happy here. So it kind of goes with my quote. If not now, when? When do you decide to go global? You don't. You just do it. Now, that's exactly what I did. It scared the monkey out of me, but I survived, definitely. So let's go into the top 5 secrets. It really is about exposing yourself and pushing yourself a little bit more further on the edge than you normally do. Because a lot of people don't normally, they just don't promote themselves. So we're going to go over a couple of things that you can do very quickly and how you can task it out to a virtual assistant if you still have that nervousness about promoting. So, rapidly growing your following resonates with what you desired, with your desired client. And the desired client is someone that you picture working with, pays in advance, enjoy working with, completely holds their accountability for your collaboration, stuff like that. Those are just a couple of things, of my desired client. My desired client is also very stylish. She knows what she wants. It's usually a female. She's probably I know that she's in her 30s or above, even to a more mature age, which I quite like working with women. Strong-minded women I like working with as well. I mean, the list goes on and on. But I'd really invite you to think of what that desired client is before you start any work on really trying to find or that connection with the client. Use social media to find your following. So yeah, you can use a social media too to find out your following and actually follow followers that will really resonate with you. For example, if you are a photographer, if you're a fashion photographer, perhaps you would find or you would follow somebody like Peter O, and you would, share your images with his audience by following his followers. So stuff like that. If you have a fashion magazine that's starting online, maybe you would follow people that, oh goodness, who would you find? I would probably see if Daily Candy's Twitter people are still on there, follow them. I would look at any other magazines that would resonate with you if you were more fashion forward or if you were more into makeup artistry. That also switches the game a little bit. So if you're a makeup, maybe you do Allure, Flaunt. If you're into fashion, obviously Vogue, Bazaar, stuff like that. So you would really discern who you're going to follow and then follow their followers. One of the best ways to go ahead and do that. Investigate who your following is. Where do they live? Where are they? Check out where they're at. Who is that desired client? Who is like you on Twitter? This is great. So even in your wild imagination, who is your amplified self? Now, this always makes me kind of laugh because I would love an amplified version of myself would be somebody like, a mix of Tony Robbins, Brene Brown, Oprah Winfrey, and then someone that's totally wacky, like maybe Amy Poehler, like that kind of crazy combination. So check to see who those people are. You may also want to follow those people on Twitter that you feel you may be in your very amplified version of yourself. Why Twitter? Twitter is the quickest, easiest way to grow your list, grow people to actually, or to get people to actually click on and subscribe to your newsletter. So important. You want to connect with them on a one-on-one, basis, and you want to be able to grow that. Also, Twitter itself, it's easier to grow that following than any other social media website at this point. It changes almost every day. Pinterest is very, very close behind, but still, for me, when I start off a new client, I usually put them on Twitter and source them who they're going to be with, and use that for sure. So how you can do that with virtual team is that you're going to do the research and then you're going to task out who are they going to follow on Twitter. That's the number one tip there for sure. Just get them to start doing that every week. Follow up to 900 people, no more than 900, because Twitter might consider you a spammer if you go more than 900 people in following a week or a day, I should say. And then every 4 days, you want to flush out the people who didn't follow you and continue to go forward with that. So your website should have 3 elements. We're going to talk about a little bit about your website and how you can task that out with a virtual assistant. So you should create it, flaunt it, and then fall in love with it. Absolutely. That's the formula to all my websites. If I don't like it, I'm not happy. And if I'm not happy and I don't like my website, I'm not going to likely share it. And it needs to be, well, it needs to have grand exposure. So the more that you do that and amplify it, the best it's going to look like. The top 5 industry secrets. Industry secret number 2, get personal and get traffic to your homepage. Holy smokes, yes. I love this quote from Oprah. We all want to have our humanity acknowledged, to have others see us for who we truly are. We all want to know what we are, that we are valued, we are heard, and we are understood. Love that. So on Twitter, you want to set up a direct message that seems personal. My direct messages are all automated, and I don't apologize for it. I do exactly what the quote above says. We need to acknowledge everybody who comes in our path. If you're going to do any marketing, or you just want to know and polite. I believe Jackie O would have done the same thing. She would have had an automated direct message. And mine is like, oh, it's awesome. We're connected. Hey, check out my blog. Let me know what you think. And you know what? It works. It works really well. People do tell me what they think. And it was awesome in the beginning too, because I was just starting out and I didn't know if it resonated with people, and can people clearly understand my message. And it was great free marketing. So the direct message, you can pretty much go anywhere, but it was really valuable for me for sure. Ask a new follower to check out your website and tell you what they think. Have your social media buttons on the home page loud and proud. Absolutely. If that person's digging you, they're probably going to dig your other social media sites too. So I do have, and it depends on that kind of person. So, you know, if they're male, they're most likely to, or a career person, they're most likely to click on my LinkedIn button, or maybe they're interested on the visual presentation I have on my website, so they might jump to my Pinterest and so forth. So it's kind of cool. It's really cool to see how that all pans out. Never ask people to like you. So good. Do you like people when they say, hey, like my Facebook page? I don't like it. I don't like being told what to do. And in fact, all of my action that I do on the internet has to be inspired. So telling me to like something ain't gonna inspire me anytime soon. All right, here's the next section that we got here. Know your anthem, know who you are, rhythmically show rock your beat over and over again. Probably didn't word that correctly, but that's okay. You guys get the message. You really want to know who and what you're all about, and then rhythmically show that message over and over and over again. It's really important. This relates to secret number 3. So just to backtrack a little bit on secret number 2, so what you would do with your virtual team there is you would go ahead and you can even assign out some of the research and have them do SEO work in findings of what exactly who your desired client is and what she looks like or he looks like, and have them do SEO work for you is one of the things that you can do for your virtual assistant, or task it out. The next one here is number 3, know who you are and show your brand. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Simon Sinek, author of Know Your Why, amazing book. If you haven't read it yet, grab it. It really helps get the foundation of what you want to project online, or any business for that matter. It's a wonderful book that helps you really filter out and focus, like laser focus on what you're all about and how to show that to your potential clients. So know your elevator pitch. This is mine. I promote people I believe in. I teach people how to believe in themselves. Boom. So what it does, it really helps start the conversation. What do you mean you promote people? Well, you know, I have a social media PR boutique. I have a company. I work worldwide, wherever my laptop is. I can do PR work for anybody from Los Angeles to Wellington, New Zealand. I have clients all around the world. And I do that. I also work with entrepreneurs that show them how to actually elevate their own message online. And it's a different pathway, but it's still, you know, I do have my hand on it. I do have a one-on-one touch basis with everybody that I work with. So, you know, it's a really great way to kind of just show who you are. Share your quotes and images on Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter constantly and consistently. Absolutely. When you're doing this, you're absolutely putting forward what your brand is, what you're all about. All of that is happening. You got to keep doing that, because especially in these times where we're really slow, this is where you really want to amplify who you are. Get a logo, but share your photo. Absolutely. It's great to have a really polished logo. Absolutely. Love logos, but you don't want to put your logo in your photo avatar. So if you are a freelancer, a coach, and a creative artist, you want to be able to show a picture of who you are, because we buy, you know, why people, we don't buy what you do, we buy, you know, why you do it. And we need to see you first, not a logo. Dedicate blogs on your ideology and tweet the buggery out of it, especially in the slow months. Holy smokes, yes. So if you just literally have a blog about your belief system of, you know, maybe I write an article about, and I have, why you should automate your direct messages because people need to feel connected with you. That is something that you can go over and over and tweet over and over, especially in the sweet months, so they get a better sense of who you are. I think my biggest takeaway or my feedback that I get from people is that I'm very positive and I'm very encouraging, which is awesome. That's exactly what I want them to feel when they read my stuff. So if I can get a little inspiration in there too, I'm like all better for it. How you would use this particular industry secret number 3 and task it out to your virtual assistant is that you want to be able to, you can use, share your quotes and images on Pinterest. You could get a virtual assistant to actually help you create those. And I'll show you, actually probably a really cute idea would be to just show you what mine look like. Let me see if I have it. If I have it out here, it'd be great. Otherwise, I didn't plan for this, and I may not have it here. But I just did some for the last quarter, and I really like them, and I'd love to share them with you. If not, I will go ahead and put a link on this video a little later on that you guys can check out my Pinterest page, because I will be putting them up there. Oh, yeah, I guess I don't have them. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. We'll just look at that a little later. No problem. All right. So how you could test that out, you want to go ahead and get your virtual assistants to, you know, maybe even create and share those quotes, and then they can actually do some infographics for you, which is really cool. You can use somebody that's in photography, a virtual assistant, to maybe even help you design your logo or even your photo, have it extremely airbrushed. Just kidding. I don't know why airbrush came to mind, but maybe you want it wrapped around different shades of coloring, or you want it black and white or stuff like that. Maybe you can do something like that. I'm not an airbrush person, so when you look at me, you go, oh yeah, that's that girl, and you don't see somebody else that's completely, you know, not me. Anyway, keep going here. Dedicate blogs to your ideology. So obviously you can write, my whole system on writing a blog is that I can actually write the blog, send it to my editor, and then have another virtual assistant of mine, my right-hand girl, to go ahead and upload it on my WordPress website. And that's really easy to do. And then from that point, I would go ahead and assign and task out what those tweets are. She would get the bit.ly link, she would get the hashtag sorted out, and she would actually schedule it for me, which is awesome. Love doing that so much, so easy. Okay, so the next quote, get straight to the point, show a quick sample, follow up in 2 weeks, and let it go. This is about actually pitching other editors. And this is kind of a cool thing. You can absolutely have your virtual assistant follow up and actually do this task and this pitch. And I would recommend doing it quite frequently if you have a product or a service. This is a quote from Gayle King, who's a former editor of O Magazine, who's also, everybody knows, Gayle King is like Oprah's best friend. Our mission here at the magazine is live your best life, and those aren't just empty or shallow words to us. It really is a mantra and a philosophy that permeates through every single page of the magazine. So knowing that, knowing what that particular editor is going to be looking for in terms of content, you want to be able to check out to see if there is a quote from an editor of a magazine or a publication that you want to reach out. Check out what exactly their mantra and philosophy is. And really, that's the angle. That's the angle you're going to want to go with. These are quick PR tips that I use with my clients. So I wanted to share them with you. Know who you're pitching. Goes with a little bit of research. You can absolutely task that out to a virtual assistant. Have them research that person top to bottom and see if there's anything that resonates with you that you can use in the content that you're going to be sending them. How does your content, service, or product is relatable to the magazine or website? Make sure there's a link with that. Your pitch should contain a sample, whether it's a sample of a product or a service, but it should definitely contain a sample. You know, where can I send this? You know, I make, what do I make? I make, I'm thinking of my last client that had this wonderful base that you put underneath your foundation. We sent samples to editors, and it was amazing. It was so great working with her. But one of the great things is when you're pitching somebody, a beauty editor, and they're able to feel, touch, smell, and live with that product, it changes the ball game. So make sure that you have a sample of your product or your service, whether it was a writing sample or an actual product. Share your following and your social influence. Yeah, that's right. You want to be able to show what your social influence is with that particular person. So if you have an editor, a magazine editor that you're pitching, you want to go, oh yeah, I got so many followers on Twitter, I have so many followers here. You know, we're really reaching out and we have a strong community. Definitely share that. If no response, do the reintro or a new pitch every 3 months. It totally works. Keep going with that. And that's something you can absolutely task out to a virtual assistant for sure. And you can use project management tools like Asana, which we do cover in the in my program, how to actually do that and train. Simple equation: if you like it and buy it, so will others. Believe in what you sell. Your growth depends on it. Oh my gosh. When I was a salesperson, if I didn't believe it, I couldn't sell it. If I didn't wear it, use it, or have it, it wasn't going out the door. It was a simple mathematical equation for me. If I didn't love it, why would anybody else do? So make sure that your product or your service is something that you love yourself and that you would totally buy. Industry secret number 5. Be in the know and research editorial calendars. Holy smokes. Yes, 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 yes. Did you know you can actually source retail calendars, or excuse me, editorial calendars online just by Googling them? Just put, Condé Nast editorial calendars and they'll come up. So you can do anything. If maybe you're a health and wellness person and you want to check out what Dr. Oz is doing for 2015, usually, well, I would say October is probably a good month for you to check out what's going on in general for 2015. So check it out. It helps you so much with your sales cycles and it gets you going. This is a quote from Danny Levy, who's a former editor of Daily Candy, my favorite marketing .com ever. I'm just a mad fan for Daily Candy. And her quote is, "At Daily Candy, we have a policy that if we don't like something, we won't write about it. That's because we don't want to waste people's time. No business is ever upset when they get a call from Daily Candy." So true. "We deliver one fun thing to your inbox every day that will make you laugh or tell you something you didn't know or give you a place to eat tonight." Oh my gosh, every Thursday night, especially when I was a single girl living in Los Angeles, I died for these because it would tell me where to have the smart cocktail, where to be seen, where to go, and I was working and living in the city, so everything was at just reach. So it was a beautiful phenomenon, but it's you know, when you have that kind of influence and you're doing something, you definitely want to be able to research the editorial calendars to check out to see what their whole philosophy is in general. Google which publication you are interested in and add editorial calendar. It's true, just whatever publication you want, and then just type in editorial calendar. It usually just comes up in that keyword. Research, and you can assign that out to a virtual assistant as well. They can do all of this for you. Research the consistency in all editorial calendars and refine your seasonal pitch. So what I mean by seasonal pitch is it could be the pitch to the editors, or it could also be a, you know, your sales pitch, your sales cycle. So every quarter, every month, everybody has an ongoing theme. You'll see what resonates with you and your product or service while you're looking in those like-minded editorial calendars, companies that you're researching. Check out upscale skincare brands' websites for seasonal inspiration to create content. Oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. They're the best. You can really look starting in January. Everybody's talking about renewal, refresh, you know, rejuvenate, that whole thing. And you can check out what the skincare brands do. It's pretty much resonates on how we feel we should act or pursue in those months. And they're really key in telling you how you can use that particular phrasing, keywords, or content to refresh your brand or your message, your product. So it's a good refresher course, and just checking it out. There's some great, one of the best marketing companies in the world are beauty companies, because they get with the #1 consumer, which is women, what they're digging on, what they're dealing with. Your ideal desired client is you. What resonates with you this time of year or 3 months from now? Always display your expert insight. Yes, yes. Don't apologize for it either. We're trying to connect with you because we do want that expertise. We do want to be able to find out what you're all about, and we do want to see what you have to offer. So it's so important. Don't feel intimidated, or I don't know if if they want to hear from me, or I mean, you know, showing myself as an expert, that's kind of funky, and I don't like that. Don't even go there. Just do what you do, and you're going to do it well. So just, you know, keep going. So, ooh, did I just close the window I wanted to share? Of course I did. Okay, hold on one sec. Nothing like a panic closeout, huh? You just like, oh, I got to click out of it. Hold on one second. Don't you love live? Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right, so I got the right particular slide I want to show you guys next. So let's go ahead and dive into the program just a little bit more. I'm going to take you on a little tour here. So Find, Train, Grow is the actual product that I'm introducing you today. It's pretty darn fabulous. It's a 3-week course. It actually shows you how to find, train, and grow your virtual team, which is really super cool. We're actually on hustleandglow.com/V virtual -T team /. So, oh, I also have a little screen share thing. So let me go ahead and put you, there you go, on the right. If you're watching this live, you can actually link or push that link there so you guys can follow along. All right, so a little bit below here, we have, you know, just a layout. Why did I create this? You know, how can you do stuff or elevate what you're doing in a very quick way? Using a virtual assistant is that way. You want to, you know, they can complete research for you. They can do customer emails. You can respond to speaking inquiries. You can take it pretty much anywhere and everywhere. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You could be that very ambitious intern. You could be, you know, a lot of us are, you know, a lot of us, like I'm 20, a lot of a lot of the graduates from college are starting and they're all in entry positions. Use it to your advantage. Grab a virtual assistant. Again, that could be about $3, $4, $5 an hour. Nothing's going to break the bank here, but they can really help elevate and grow your game super quickly. So think about how you can do that. And a lot of people in the corporate world are doing it more and more and just keeping on the DL. And the reason why, and this kind of sucks, but it's so true. The reason why this is so important is because we're finding ourselves in a day and space where we're being asked to do more. So it's happened, especially after the downsizing effect that's happened, you know, when we had the recession and we're starting to build back up. But a lot of companies are still expecting people to take on 2 to 3 roles in their own one role. There's been times where people have been in that position, is just so lucky and happy to have that position. They don't care that they have to take on two roles in the beginning, but we do know that the cause and effect happens on us when we have that kind of role. So we can, you know, suffer from extreme fatigue, disconnect from our families, disconnect from life, not be able to enjoy beautiful days out on the weekend because we're constantly working. So if you are able to train something that you do and you can give it to a virtual assistant, that's going to alleviate the pressure. It also means that you do really good work and a good relationship with this person. This is the other thing about virtual assistants. If you treat them extremely well, they're going to follow you for many years. So think about long term and how that person is going to help you with the quality of your life, your lifestyle. That's basically what it is. And it's so funny because if I just knew that a little earlier and I wasn't so, I didn't look like, I just sort of, you know, opened myself up and looked at that. That would have been amazing. It's kind of like, I'm not going to coulda, woulda, should all over myself, but you know, you get into that mindset of, wow, things could have been so much different if I did something like that. But you think about how your life could be for sure. So let's get back to, you know, what you can hold on to and what can actually be tasked out. Think of that. You know, spending more time with your family and friends for sure, lifestyle that you've always wanted, being able to write that full book that you've always wanted to do. And, you know, does it sound familiar? You know, these are great little things that I wrote up, you know, when you research over and over again and you need the right assistance and you just don't know if you should do it or not do it, you know, you should really think about this program. You're not sure if you can afford it, but they're like $3 an hour. Yes, you can. Try to get all of those blocks away. And sometimes not having one is actually a block, a total block if you don't have one, because you're actually doing all of the small things that you should be tasking out. It's such an affordable way, and if you don't do it, I feel like you're holding yourself back, and I'm speaking from experience for sure. Starting your business online or even exploring your business possibilities online, if you're thinking about that, this program is for you. You know you can go far, but you don't have the time to do it. Yep, absolutely. You know you can grow your clientele if you had someone that would just help you sift through all the prospects and set up meetings. Oh my gosh, that was so true for me in the beginning. I think I would have really did well in my first year instead of struggling if I had just that. And I show you guys how to easily do that. It's pretty darn easy in this program. Need to build a virtual team but don't know how to start one. Holy smokes, absolutely. And by the way, all of this entire book that I wrote, because it does come in an ebook and a program, and we're going to talk about those options in a minute. But the thing about getting those two options and even just thinking about how to start it sounds so daunting, but it really isn't. And I just really did an ABC, super easy peasy, lemon squeezy way to actually do it. So it's actually much more simpler than you think. And once you get started, again, it's like crazy. It amplifies you and your business. And the cool thing is too, is that they also teach each other and train each other. So if your team grows, everybody has it all systemized and they just train and teach each other, which is pretty brilliant. So let's go ahead and go on to some of the other cool things that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so here are the options, guys. I'm going to actually add some more cool perks for this webinar, people that are seeing. I did something super easy and super cool for you guys. So there's a $37 option, which is the ebook. You also get, well, here it says you get 30 days of the AMP membership. But we're going to talk about that, and I'm actually going to do some extra cool things for you guys that are watching today. The $97 version is the ebook and the course. So you have the online course and the ebook with some really cool options, and we're going to talk about the bonuses too. There's an online sales strategy bonus here and an infographic. So these things here I designed myself, and I'll show you exactly how I did it. The full AMP package, it's amazing. So we're going to go ahead and show you exactly how we're doing all of those things there too. So let's hop on the Hustle and Glow. This is my flagship product, guys. So if you like the webinar that we did about the self-promoting stuff, you are really going to like this. And everybody that purchased any of these here is actually going to get the full digital ebook of Hustle and Glow, which is pretty cool. I love this part. These are where my clients have been featured, and it's growing and growing. This video will give you a little bit of a short synopsis of what it's all about. Essentially, what Digital Hustle and Glow is how to use digital social media PR to amplify who you are and how to do it. So it is my #1 selling product. I also have the ebook here. This is yours free when you purchase the virtual team here. And that was just the last link that I gave you guys. It's the same one there. Let me go ahead and put in the Hustle and Glow so you guys could check it out a little further. But Hustle and Glow is pretty cool for sure. So, you know, I have some testimonials here, pretty cool stuff. The same sort of options here, but don't even worry about that because I'm going to give you this for free for watching. So when you purchase the virtual team here, whatever option you go with, you're getting that for free. One of the other cool, super cool thing I'm going to be doing here, this is my newest product. It's really exciting. A lot of people are buzzing about this because it's really super easy to use. And it is one of those, AMP is a advanced mentorship program, and it is a year-long thing that I do with my clients, and I actually expand it to a year. So each week you get a little tidbit, you get something that you can learn each and every week, each Wednesday actually. And I will show you in the course sessions of some of the past modules that we've had. And they're pretty cool. Right now we're on our series called Systems for Smart Creatives, Creative Artists, Freelancers, and goodness, was it Smart Creative Artists, Freelancers, and I can't think of the, coaches. I love my coaches. So coaches. So this is actually the intro systems for that. And we go through each and every fundamental thing that you're going to need if you're going to go ahead and expose your business online and be a freelancer, and how to get these people to pay in advance and be awesome clients. That was our September. We're going to be rolling into October soon, so we'll be having new modules come up each month. We do 4 modules a month. All of them are pretty darn cool. They really dive into things that we have to keep our hand in, our touch. You know, we have to make sure that we're doing these things regularly if we have an online business. So no matter when you start, everybody gets access to all of the past modules, which is pretty good. There's nothing in October yet because we haven't hit Wednesday, but they're actually going to auto-populate just like this little box right here. The resources. So I also have a resource section, my little resource library, and we have previous calls here. We have guided meditations that are really great. This is a great thing for every entrepreneur. and I have a lot of subscribers here that enjoy this because it's like one of those nonstop shops for every entrepreneur out there. If they want to start a business, this is the place to be. It's definitely, you know, AMP. So it's Hustle and Glow /AMP. The cool thing here too is that our bonus content shows you how to create those infographics that I use on my websites. And just in general, all of my video presentations that I do for clients, or if I do any sort of presentation or sales letter or newsletter, anything, I use this method. It's pretty genius. The community, you will be able to join the community on Facebook. I actually have people that that request that, so you'll actually be in that particular closed community with them and actually grow with that. Here we also have links to my podcast, which is pretty cool. So you can actually listen to all my podcasts on iTunes. The live group sessions, if you click on that, you'll be able to know when our next live session is going to be. Our next one is on September, oh, that doesn't sound right. Well, no, it is the 25th is our next live session. So we'll have to, you know, keep updating that for you guys for sure. Oh, no, that's not it. That's the last one. I need to update it for October, or it hasn't been updated just yet for my virtual assistant. So, but it's what is it? It's still the 30th in the States. It's October 1st here. So I'll give her a day before I jump up and down. But no, she's actually pretty good. And these are the things that you don't have to worry about if you have a virtual assistant. You can click on here to get a one-on-one session. Anytime you need to just like debrief, or you're not sure how to, you know, change your course a little bit with, you know, PR, anything that's related in business, you can absolutely just click here and set a one-on-one time with me. I encourage you guys to do that. Q&A replay, just like today, I also do virtual hangouts with my AMP, you know, insiders. So they actually have a some past sessions here that they can play and listen to. We just got started using Google Hangout last month, so we'll surely have more coming up soon. By the way, if you go ahead and get any of these here, you will get the AMP membership for free for 1 year. So that's pretty flipping amazing. This is a product that's $37 a month for members. You will be able to access this for a free year, a full free year. So that's pretty cool. So let me see if yeah, here's the next one I wanted to show you. This is actually inside the virtual team module. So we have week 1. Here it's a 3-week thing. This is what you get when you go in and you get the program. You're actually be able to check out some of the program stuff here, and you'll be able to start off right away, which is pretty cool. You'll be able to go here. You'll be able to have access to some audios and stuff like that. This is not boring, by the way. The one thing that I do is when I teach or explain anything, it has to feel, okay, so for me anyway, it's going to be a little embarrassing, but it's absolutely true. For me to learn something, I have to be engaged. I have to learn by, well, I'm visual learning. So if I had something like this in school where the text and I actually had live links, or I had little dance breaks in the middle of them where I could actually just kind of refresh my mind and go, all right, here's the text, let's go ahead and read it. It would just have made my life so much easier, and I could absorb more information. So that's actually how I created all my programs. Like, they're all hyperlinked. They're interactive. There's videos in between that explain everything. There's some really cool songs I put in there if you just need to just dance and shake it up and reconfigure where you're at. I made it the way where it's really easy for me to learn. So it's really super easy for you guys to learn as well. So I made it in a way where it's really achievable, easy to kind of read all the content for sure. And we just keep going on and on, actually show you how to use absolutely everything. And let's see here. I think, yeah, that was my last slide, guys. So we are good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the screen so you can go ahead and look at those and see if that's something. Let me just, yeah, leave you with this. So what we're going to show you too is I'm actually going to give you guys the redirect view. Once you pay for the product, this is what you're going to see. Let me get that up for you. I'm actually going to direct you to a link where you'll be able to have access to everything, but I want to show you guys what that looks like so you'll know exactly what you get when you get any of those three items: the $37 ebook, the ebook and e-course, or the amplified package. Okay, so let's go ahead and share that screen. Here's my little pages thing here. Okay, so that's my cover of my actual ebook that you're going to be getting, the Digital Hustle and Glow. And you're going to get it all hyperlinked to you. So you have immediate access to everything. On top, you'll notice that you'll be invited to have a one-on-one consultation with me. You'll have access to the private Facebook group, which is pretty cool. You can set up your free one-year membership for AMP just by clicking. You can download your digital book of Hustle and Glow, which is just did a revamp, and we just updated it last week. So you're actually getting the new version of this, which is pretty darn awesome. And that is it. So you'll be getting all of that stuff and that information as soon as you go to that. So that'll be really, really super awesome. You also see in that last part of the video, if you wanted to check out today really quick, you can just view everything that you have there and check to see if that's something that you want to do. So it's really super simple and easy. I hope you guys get it. Definitely, I'm so excited that you guys came over and looked at this presentation and got to look a little bit around New Zealand just for a little bit. And speaking to you so much. I'm probably going to do another webinar soon. So if you're on our list, we'll get back to you and we'll tell you when the new one is coming up. There's going to be another one coming up shortly, and we will see you soon. Thank you guys for watching.